Right then, man. Here's a video I said I'd show you about its articulation. Now you can see down here, these are the new shocks, the Ansman ones. Like I say, they're adjustable on the top, and I do have this left one, back left, a slight bit tighter than the rear right. They are a little bit loose on the axle, on the on the screws that go through, but it is only a little bit, and I find that that little bit actually helps keep it a little bit more tyres on tarmac. But as you can see, I lift one end and you still get that's articulation up to the front wheel coming off the ground, but obviously under duress it still articulates the whole way. It still has, excuse my arms being in the way, if you hold it all down you still have full articulation up and beyond the limits of the body frame. But I find allowing the springs to take it to where they want to, it works nicely, I don't have any problems with getting over stuff really, and it articulates nicely, a lot more traditionally as well, because sometimes when this wheel comes off you want that wheel to come off, you want a little bit of hover to help you get up things, because I tend to approach things on a corner with one wheel, and as that end comes up you want that bit of floating from that one to get you up. If it articulated properly you get wedged on your servo saver, so I find that works really well. As for suspension, it is there, if you want the suspension, but as you'll know with this kind of a vehicle, you don't worry about that so much, it's more this, more sideways articulation, lateral roll and stuff. But as you can see from here, look, the suspension is pretty tough, I mean, if I put that there, this is a CC01, and if I park this on top, I'll bet the suspension doesn't drop much. Oh no, yeah, it does, it goes down further than I thought. But yeah, the suspension, it is pretty tough. But like I say, that helps. And I can soften it off, I can replace these springs, I can loose it out a bit. But that's the way I like it. I'm also running, don't know if you can see it, I'm running 2 batteries on this. I've got the one that came with it down there in its battery pack. But I've also got this one, which is a 2-cell, 7.4 LiPo. And that gives it a little bit of an extra kick, a little bit more wheel speed, which helps, but also it gives me massive better run times. I mean, between these 2 batteries I'll get an hour now, so yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It all works well. The only thing I've got to change is the winch, the wireless control winch. It doesn't work great well because the problem is the 2.4 gig interferes with the winch, so it does cause problems, but there you go. As I say, it works out really quite well in my opinion. Now I'll take it over to some rocks and show you it. Right then, now you have already seen it on this course. This is my backyard bit, which is still in the process. Now you have to bear with me because I am doing this one-handed, but just so as you can see that it all articulates nicely. Now there, I mean, you see, with that hovering wheel, here you go, watch, see if I can show you that again from a better angle. Oh, I got a bit wedged, come on, get out. Right, now you see, yeah, because you've got a big gap there, and obviously as this wheel comes over, you'd end up getting wedged down on that rock, but because the springs are a bit tighter, there you go, you see, that wheel's now floating, and the torque twist is actually helping it up. So now as I come up, that wheel floats up into the air and gets onto that rock, and there you go, nice and smooth straight up. And if it wasn't for that wheel float that you get with the slightly tougher shocks, it wouldn't have got up that then, because all the servo saver would have got gnarled up on the rock and you'd have just had a lot of problems. See, now I'm a bit wedged up in that corner, but a bit more wheel speed needed. There you go, you see, this is a great example. You see now, look, the servo savers hit on that spike and it's just not going to go unless we power over it, which is what usually works. Again, see if you can see that wheel float here, look. There you go, that wheel's got a little bit of a hover on. So it's barely touching the ground, helps it over. And it's also good for powering through the flowers. But yeah, you'll see, if I come behind it now, I have no torque twist on driving at all. It drives nice and straight, which is what I really like. I hate torque twist. Torque twist looks crap. So, hope you like the video. Hope that helps you decide what to go with. From my Vaterra rock bouncer, that's all for now, guys.